tonight I'm riding a black unicorn. Not really. Not really. I'm grounded. I'm grounded just like you. Welcome to yet another at-home edition of the Voltaire Video Newsletter. This would be the April 2020 Voltaire Video Newsletter. We're doing it kind of low-key. As you can see, no makeup, no fancy lighting, just me and Elvira. Just me and Elvira and poor Uric. I knew him well. He was a man of infinite jibe, unlike myself. Now, I'm a man of infinite jibe. I'm a man of infinite jibe, wouldn't you say? I mean, here we are. Things are pretty grim. Things are pretty boring. But I'm making the best of things. Me and the Goblin King, you know, we're just kind of enjoying ourselves. I'm using my time wisely. But before we get into all of that, tonight, right at this moment as I'm filming this, I would have been getting off stage in Houston. God, that hurts. That really hurts. I really do love performing, and I love meeting you at the merch booth and saying hello. And you know, it's so disappointing for me when a show has to be canceled, but we all know why, and we're all in it together, and we're all in the same boat. So that is that. But without further ado, I should probably tell you, where am I not playing near you? All of the shows have been canceled. Not all of them, a lot of them. But they've all been rescheduled, so there's nothing to really worry about. We're going to do the shows eventually. The last video newsletter was a complete disaster. I was completely unprepared. This time I actually have my laptop in front of me, so I can tell you that the Houston show that would have been tonight, Easter Sunday, will now be July 5th at the Scout, and April 18th in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's been canceled also, as you might imagine, and that is now June 20th at Concourse. And the Kansas City show, which would have been April 25th, is now August 8th? I think it's August 8th. 7th or 8th, something like that. It's on my website. In any case, so now that those are out of the way, those are the immediate shows. Hello, I should close my shirt a little bit. I'm starting to look a little bit like a Cuban gigolo over here. So now that those are out of the way, let's just talk about the shows that are booked and presumably are moving forward. So, June 6th, I'm in Denver, Colorado at Three Kings Tavern. June 13th, I'm in Richmond, Virginia at Fallout. June 20th, Knoxville, Tennessee at Temple. And then July 5th, Houston, Texas at Scout Bar. July 10th is the rescheduled show for Boston. It'll be at Hard Rock Cafe in Boston. August 8th, Kansas City at the Riot Room, another rescheduled show. And then that brings us into September. Closer to my notes. Click on it. Now I can actually see it. September is the UK tour. You know, we really all want to believe that by September this will all just be a bad memory, right? So presuming that everything's cool and fun and we can all go outside in September, it's going to be a hell of a time in the UK tour. I am going to do York on September 4th at Crescent, and London on September 5th at Nambucca, and Bristol on September 6th at Exchange. Edinburgh on September 8th at Opium. Newcastle on September 9th at Trillions. Manchester, England, across the Atlantic Sea on September 10th at Night People. Wolverhampton. The Hounds of Hell have been released. What is the exact quote from Velocipaster? Now you've done it. You've released the Hounds of Hell. I don't remember exactly. It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen Velocipaster, check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. It's really fun. And I'm in it. I had a lot of fun on that movie. In any case, Wolverhampton, it made me laugh because I've never heard of Wolverhampton, so I'm very excited to see what Wolverhampton's all about. That's at Slade Rooms. That's 9/11, September 11th. And then September 12th, the last show of the UK tour, Glasgow at Ivory Blacks. And then who knows what's going to happen after that, you know, because maybe while I'm already over there on that side of the world, I might try to do a European tour. Wouldn't that be great? I haven't done that in a while. It would be great to get out to Germany. I've never played Italy. Never played Spain. I've never played Poland. I've always wanted to go to Poland. I get so much email from Poland, but always from fans, never from promoters. They say, when are you going to come play Poland? I'm like, when a promoter makes it possible for me to play there. So, I don't know, it would just be great. Prague, I'd love to return to Prague. There's so many wonderful places in Europe that I'd love to return to. God, Norway, I played Norway once, in Oslo. That was a crazy night. There was a blizzard. Sweden, I'd love to return to Sweden. Finland, I'd love to return to Finland. So many places I'd love to return to. So I'm going to try and see. I mean, unfortunately, everything is very, very tentative at the moment, but I'm going to put my sights on possibly trying to do a European tour before the year is over. That'd be great. Because I would love to show off my new album. So let's move on, and let's talk about Black Labyrinth. As many of you already know, my next album is called Black Labyrinth. It is an unofficial sequel to Labyrinth and a tribute to my hero, Mr. David Bowie, and the Goblin King, in fact. I've written so many songs for this album so far, and I've started playing them here as world premiere song videos. I've already shown What Will We Do, and I've already shown Little White Lies. But coming up next is going to be Someone Like You. And then after that, I guess I should be doing videos for Safe in Your Love, and Friends in the Dark, and It Was Music All Along, and My Epitaph. There's so many songs for this album. They're really just coming to me. I'm so excited. I love this album so much because it is a musical, by the way. It really is like a sequel to Labyrinth, complete with many characters, and it's an epic, epic tale. It really, really is. There's so much going on in that story. So subscribe and stay tuned here, because I'm releasing the songs, just myself playing them on guitar, sitting in this chair, basically. And so I'm doing, a song every week or two, and while I continue working on the songs that are not finished yet, because there's still quite a lot of songs that need to be written for the album on account of it being a musical, so it's really quite long. And as the story develops, I realize I need songs, I just wrote a song yesterday called It Was Music All Along, because there's another song, The Shadow That Falls Over You. That's a beautiful song. It is such a poignant, powerful, beautiful song. So I'll be releasing that one here as well. But the moment right after that happens in the story, I realized that one of the main characters has a revelation. I thought she needs to sing a song about her revelation. And then I wrote this song. It's called It Was Music All Along. Another really, really pretty song. This album is just so rich. There's so much to it. It really is. It's an homage not just to Labyrinth. There's so much Dark Crystal in there, and there's so much legend in there. And there's a last unicorn literally in the story. Never-ending story. There's so much of all that stuff from the 80s, wrapped up in this one tale that I jokingly tell myself that it should be called The Never-Ending Dark Labyrinth of the Last Unicorn. But actually, something that you may not know is that alongside the album, I'm also working on a book. So hopefully there's going to be a picture book. I'm working with a very, very talented illustrator right now. We have already completed the character studies for the first two characters. The main character, who's kind of, if you want to say, played by me, because it is a musical after all, and it's fictional, even though it's based on true life events. The main character is named Prince Valerian, who may or may not be a real prince, but no spoilers. And the elf tavern owner, who he meets and befriends, and she plays a very big part in helping him with his quest, and she's a very, very important character. Her name is Zenobia Vosk. I will be sending the illustrator just this evening the illustrations for the Friends in the Dark, and I'm not going to tell you who those are. I'm not going to spoil the surprise. I did post a sketch that I did on my Instagram page. I'll tell you more about it when the song is ready to be unveiled here as a world premiere song video. And then in other news, so that's what's happening with Black Labyrinth, the album and the book. And then in other news, I continue working on Gothic Homemaking. Man, all that blustering at the end of 2019 and go like, oh, I'm going to cancel Gothic Homemaking, I'm going to do something else, blah, blah, blah. I am full steam ahead on Gothic Homemaking. Largely because of this quarantine, I basically ended up deciding that I was going to use this time to renovate my bathroom and my kitchen. So I'm doing all of these bathroom and kitchen projects, and that's largely what Season 5 of Gothic Homemaking is dedicated to. It's a lot of bathroom and kitchen stuff. Spooky, spooky DIY projects, a lot of them coming at you very, very soon. Well, in fact, it's also mixed in with a lot of spooky travel stuff. So the very first episode of the season was 5 monster-themed restaurants, which you can see right here on this channel. And then there was a DIY project. And then this week is another tour of monster-themed restaurants all the way from Japan to Las Vegas and back. And then there's going to be more DIY, and then there's going to be like horror bars, a tour of horror-themed bars, an episode called Weird Portland, and more DIYs. So I hope to have a lot of really cool Gothic Homemaking content coming right for you. You should see what this place looks like. I have more cushions than any human being should really own. But that's not the half of it. I'm going to turn this around so you can see. This is what the Aurelio Voltaire looks like right now. Look at that. Okay. I had to basically take up what little room I have with a seamless so that I can film the DIY projects as I do them. So it's very, very cramped in here, but hopefully it will, in the end, all be for a good cause, because you'll have some really, really fun episodes to watch. And other than that, I had some really cool merch kind of coming your way, but it's all stuck in Indonesia and other places presently because it can't be shipped to the US. So I'm waiting for some jewelry from Russia and waiting for some wooden carvings of bats from Indonesia. And as soon as I get all that stuff, I'll put it up in the web store. But for the time being, this is what's going on here. It's all very, very laid back. I want you to know that I'm fine. Please don't worry about me. I do very, very much appreciate your concern, and I appreciate the letters of support that I get. Thank you again, the Patreons on Patreon. As you might imagine, I'm posting there more than ever because, I'm stuck here all day. So if you can afford to do it, join me there, because I am posting a lot of really cool things there, particularly stuff from Black Labyrinth. But no fret if you can't. It will all be revealed in time. In time, it will all be revealed. And I'm going to get back to work now because I'm right in the middle of a DIY project that's going to air in a week. So I need to get back to that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're staying safe. I hope that you are staying busy. I hope that you are making the best of this time. And I hope you're finding things that make you happy to do during this weird time that we're all in. I'm doing all of the above to the best of my abilities. And I miss you. I really do. I miss you. I want to be performing in front of you. I hope that we get to do that soon. So it looks like June, I guess, is the first scheduled show, and which would be June 6th in Denver. So presuming that everything's cool by then and it's safe to do it, I will see you guys in Denver and in Richmond and in Houston and in Boston and all of those places that I'm presently missing. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Wednesdays at 13 o'clock New York City time, 13 o'clock, that's 1 p.m., is a new episode of Gothic Homemaking every single week. So please tune in for that. See you next time.
So tonight